Mm-hmm. Go on in. They're already waiting.
What's the plan? I'll be with the Dawn Guard if you need me.
Figured you'd make it sooner or later. Welcome to our humble abode. Those bug-eyed freaks make a good deterrent for anyone foolish enough to come looking around. Help yourself. There's no shortage of bodies. I hear it tastes like rotten meat myself. Is this the part where you start making demands then? Throw your weight around and show us some of that Volkahar hospitality. You didn't kill Talon on sight, so you must be good for something. So I did. Wanted to get a good look at who I was dealing with. You seem well enough, and not raving about prophecies is a start. You caused quite a stir killing the old man off like that. Pity. I wanted a shot at taking his head myself. Suppose so. Castle's a damn labyrinth, though, so you can keep the territory. Drelk, well, we don't mind being down here in the muck. Consider it temporary arrangements. Our little hole in the ground got ransacked by the Vigilants a while back. Not too long before you wiped them out, actually. Figured we'd move east for a while. Have some sport with these Forsworn everyone keeps talking about. No one's going to miss a few tribals here and there. Better yet, no backup, no guards. A fight's a fight. We don't stick to each other like flies on carrion. It's just our way. You can speak with the others if you're up for it. Or, better yet, a fight. Get a taste of the one who turned Harkin into a smear. As for the rest, they've scattered to gods know where. Last I heard, Alphane was down in Blackmarsh. Good hunting in the bogs there. What? Not having a leash on them at all times? What would be the good in that? Tracking this lot like those mortals and their damn trade goods. We of the Drow clan understand what the blood really means. Not curtsying at court, not siring every maiden you can lay your hands on, but strength. Pure, unadulterated, unbridled strength. Doesn't matter if it's 10 years or 10,000. This ain't no curse, believe me. From who? A guard patrol? They can barely keep their shields up, they're pissing themselves so much. With the war, the Forsworn, the Hag Ravens, and who knows what else is lurking in these mountains. It's a wonder the mortals even bother sending them out. Course, why wouldn't I? You and I, our methods might be different, but we're killers. That's what the old ones never understood. We should embrace this, not agonize over stuff we can't change. You want to last longer than your predecessor? You better learn to do the same. You want to talk? Let's talk. Just give me a minute while we sort out the... I told him to get it under control. What have I told you about keeping the door chained? Next time it gets loose, it'll be your ass.
I got back in, didn't I? No bites this time, neither.
Last chance, idiot.
Women, am I right? No coincidence it's like this every few weeks.
Say that again and I'll smash your face in. Now get out of my sight. Mara's tits. A timely demonstration of incompetence, no doubt. Damn fool nearly let this piece of meat loose. That would have been bad news for everyone within 100 leagues of here. Trust me. She? No, you ain't looking at anything human no more. This here's a white, crazy bitch with the claws to match, too. Course. Volkihar would have never come near one if they could help it. Listen well, then. This thing is what happens when one of us gets blood-starved with no way out. I'm not talking about feeling a bit thirsty either, but the worst of the worst. Hell of a mage, too. Shame it had to end up like this, but that's the risk. That blood of yours, if it takes hold, there's no turning back. It will feed and feed and feed until there is nothing left. That is a white. It's a long story. Besides, we can still throw it a body every now and then. You should stick around. It's quite a show. Anyway, what were we talking about before? Some kind of deal, right? Aye, we can agree on that. No point starting something up if the pieces have been shoveled around. Besides, I want to see what you got first. So long as your folk are willing to steer clear of any feeding in the area, we'll do the same. Like I said, I don't want that castle. Too many corners. Makes fighting in close quarters a right pain. That's what you get when dealing with the right people. No backstabbing, no double dealing. I don't want any part of that crap. There's plenty of blood to go around as is. Even more when the Falmor make their move. Locally, no. I couldn't care less about Ulfric or Torek. I've been at this long before they were even an itch between their father's legs. If the elves do try their luck again, it's going to be a bloodbath. Could go either way, really.
Oh, I like this one, yes. It has been too long since I has
You are the one who slayed Harkon. I had not thought to cross you here. Please, there is no need to get violent. I genuinely mean you no harm. I come seeking your presence at our hearth, and the woman who leads this clan, should she agree. Not as you are accustomed to, no. We have sought a different path. It is difficult to explain. Because we are not your enemy, Lord of Volkihar. All we ask is for some of your time, nothing more. From all across Nairn, Kindred, we have each been scorned and cursed in our own way. It was not my wish to cause you any undue stress. Here, all I ask is that you consider what it has to say. Something has shifted. We are being watched. I will do what I can. needless suffering and loss. These soldiers were not mine. I would never... If I have led them here, I can only apologize, for I had no reason to believe I was followed. This only makes the reason for my journey here all the more pressing. It is something that is not so easily summarized, like a fable to a child. If, and it is indeed your decision, you make the journey to the hall, we shall be waiting. Fare thee well, newest of all lords. We shall await your arrival.
Who are you? What is your business here? This is a sacred place, Kindred. Do not befoul it with deceit. These people mean you no harm. You are from Volkihar? This changes things. The one who felled Harkon and retrieved the bow. Perhaps you will understand more than most.
That's enough, Ishki. Let them pass. I am sure they do not mean us harm.
You heard the lady. Speak with her first.
I apologize for that disturbance. Ishki means well, and we have all grown wary of strangers. Perhaps not. I suppose part of it is in believing in the better nature of those we deal with. But that's precisely why I, and you, are here. In your defeat of Harkon, and willingly or no, preservation of our kind, you achieved a great many things. I do not doubt that you have fed when needed, as much as desired, and it is not my intention to shame you for doing so. Your triumph over not just evil, but the countless deaths that Harkon and the Falmer's prophecy would have brought upon us. It is something worth celebrating. Even if it was for different reasons, the result was clear. The outcome, good. This daughter of Cold Harbor, yes. I fear that she had to burden more than any of us for this to pass. To put it plainly, I believe that you understand, more than most, that we do not need to play out the same bloody pact we have become slaves to. Your pursuit of the prophecy, defeat of Vyther and Harkon, it shows that there is a better path for us, and, Stendarr willing, it can extend to all Kindred. I do. Cursed as I may be, we each still have a choice in how we use these abilities granted to us. Many lower vampires, mere fledglings that hide in the dark corners of the world, would use it for ill, preying on the weak. But high vampires, so-called lords, we can overcome our nature for a better world. Beyond the liberation of our very selves, mastering not just our blood, but the purpose for which we may use it. You and I, we are not beasts. You know this, regardless of what you may have done before, what any of us may have done before. Your doubts are fair. You are not the first to say such things, nor will you be the last. but they are unwarranted. Look around you, friend. Each and every one of us here is striving for that very purpose. That is a fair question. I have pondered it myself, but like any other, it requires faith to see returns. We are no cult squatting in the mountains, but a family, a house, that believes there is more to vampires than a slow descent into the abyss. Please, for your own sake as much as this world's, turn your back on Volkihar, on power struggles, and come and join us here. Your clan would be welcome too. We hope to extend this gift to all those within Skyrim, even beyond. That is all I can ask. It is not an easy path, but it is my sincere belief, the belief of everyone here, that it is for the better. Feel free to speak with the others should you desire. Our hall remains open to you, Lord of Volkihar. I pray only that you make the right decision. Greetings, sister.
I underestimated you. I apologize for earlier. It is not easy to trust outsiders, now more than ever. But you've already made quite the name for yourself, haven't you? We spent quite a while cleaning up after the battle that took place here. To think that Auriel's own fell to the curse. But that just strengthens Mirren's resolve, I think. She is admirable. Something I never thought I'd say of a vampire. It's not what you think, though. I'm here of my own free will. I owe her my life, in fact. Many in the Order would have burned me right alongside her for doing so. I doubt that counts for much anymore, though. Rank won't mean much out in these parts. What with the hall now little more than rubble. I wasn't at the hall, as you can probably expect. I've been out in the field for quite some time, tracking some Dremora that had escaped from Riften. Turned out to be a dead end. The Dremora was long gone by the time I got there. It happens. We could only go on what information we were given. In any case, I was running low on supplies by then, and managed to stumble into a vampire den. Fledglings, but they can be nasty when caught unaware. Perhaps, but it was one of your kind that ended up saving me, no less. The little blighters got me good, and I knew I'd contracted something by the end of it. Suppose it was the God's own luck that Mirren found me when she did. Stopped me from turning, saying that I must remain immortal. I knew from the moment I saw her, that smell of dried blood that clings to your lot. But she had helped me, something I never would have expected. In a way, but Mirren doesn't view it like that. As I recovered, she told me much the same thing as she has for you. Thought she was mad at first, or at least it was some kind of trick. But she was earnest, genuine. By that point, I figured the Order could do without me, and I followed her here, led by a vision. Apparently, the blood was singing to her. Didn't really know myself at first. As soon as Lamaris started to grow in number, however, I knew Mirren had hit on something special. If she can truly overcome the curse, it would change everything. I suppose I'm still here because I want to understand. And hopefully in time, see the results for myself. Mirren's teachings have helped calm them all, I think. I've drawn some from time to time, but other than the occasional scuffle, we've kept the peace. I'm not completely naive, but at the same time, I'm also able to watch over them during the day. I would like to think so. Whether or not it will, I honestly can't say. But we owe it to ourselves to try, for both Kindred and mortals alike. As you wish. Stay safe out there. And, no offense, but I have no desire to see Volkihar myself.
Halt. We had not expected to see you here.
You, foulest of creatures, are consorting with forces beyond your control. Had you the sense to stop, you would return to squatting in that castle of yours and await the judgment of your betters. Nothing would please me more than to pull that wretched heart from your undead flesh. These Lumeris are profane, corrupt. You cannot defy your base nature, the hunger that barely differs you from animals. The time will come when all my righteous brethren will purge the darkness of your kind from this world. But it shall not be this day. You will pay for the death of every mortal creature, every drop of blood. I did not come here to fight. Turn back before this path destroys you, creature. We do not extend this as a mercy, but a warning. Last chance, creature. Your hubris will only destroy you.
Welcome, Kindred.
Ah, you return. It is good to see you, my liege. And I hear there was a slight detour to the valley. I see. Mirren is very old indeed, but time has not been too unkind. I am surprised to see her still keeping up the struggle, as it were. I apologize if you were meant to be informed, but yes, what she is attempting is not the first time it has been tried. But you also survived your meeting with Clan Drelk, no doubt. I trust things didn't get too violent? Would that I could say that I'm surprised, but they did always love consorting with their more base desires. Let us hope that the clan has kept it well locked up. Are you feeling well? If I may, you seem distracted. Quite. I had not thought it would strike you as well. It would seem so, as if we'd all suddenly been struck by a stupor. I have no idea. We have never experienced such a thing, I'm afraid. Perhaps you could ask dear Serana. You two were nearly inseparable from what I hear. Beyond that, I don't think I could be much help. Oh, of that, I have no doubt. The question is whether it is of mortal design or the meddling of something else entirely. Perhaps there was something to Harkon's disgust of lower vampires after all. That is just my way, my liege. A little sensation is hardly worth stressing over, is it? Of course, my liege. Let me know if you require anything else.
I've been trying to make my peace with it. We've got enough to worry about right now. Actually, now that I think of it, Verther... Wait, that almost makes sense. This feels like the place. I don't like this. This is all wrong. Knowing him, he was kind of sick. Then let's get going. A strange race, these Fallen.